I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next, the approval of minutes.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Mshinsky, seconded by Mrs. Pothorsky to approve the minutes since our last regularly scheduled meeting. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett? Yes. Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Mshinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, the approval of claims.
Make a motion for the approval of claims.
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, motion made by Mr. Burnett, seconded by Mrs. Pothorsky to approve the claims. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Mshinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Next, their utilities, we have the MCO report. Nothing earth shattering. They are looking, he reports about the NIPSCO shut off last month on the 20th. There was the gas line problem. They thought they're going to have to shut the wastewater plant down. They stayed down there to make sure they didn't for heating and everything. There was a problem with the transfer switch at the water plant, and we asked. They came out and looked at it, and we wanted the old switch, and they threw it out and took it with them and disposed of it. And they're giving us a $2,000 credit for the switch. Like I said, the switch wasn't much to it anyway. Force main is 99% complete. INDOT is going to be installing another roundabout at West 421 and 6, the South Junction, and our force main is there, and it's going to have to be moved, so they're engineering that right now to move the force main out of the way of the roundabout. So the roundabout is, I don't know, probably, once we found out, probably a 2 to 3 year project.
On the books.
On the books.
Yeah.
As you know, or maybe as you don't know, down here by the wastewater plant across the highway, at the intersection of Highway 2 and Colder Road, there's a lift station there that originally that was the railroad right away there. We leased that land, the town did, from the railroad. That was purchased in the early 90s by Mr. Ken Young. There's an agreement for a yearly lease on that lift station land. Mr. Parkman has bought the land. Mr. Young's passed away probably 20 plus years ago. We met with Mark Parkman to enact a new lease. The other one was confusing. This one is a flat amount. Doug drew up the lease agreement. Basically, it's that it's a 50-year lease. It's $750 a year for 5 years, and then it should, after that, it'll go to $825 for 5 years, and then it will go to $907.50 for a period of 5 years. Every 5 years, it'll increase 10% for 5 years. Either party can break the lease in case with mutual consent. For example, if that lift station wasn't needed, something was rerouted, we would need it. That would be a reason to terminate the lease. Anything else to report on this? I will make a motion that we approve the lease agreement with Mark Parkman for the lift station.
I'll second it.
Seconded, okay. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Ms. Kelly to approve the lease agreement with Mark Parkman. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Mshinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Okay, we have ordinance 22-9. This is the, due to the groundwater contamination at the Camore site, the plume is heading southwest. It's being tracked. In fact, there's going to be a plant put in by the creek on 1100 where the PRPs will have a water plant. They're gonna pump the water out of the ground, treat it, dump it in the creek. It's to treat the contaminated groundwater. It's part of a settlement agreement that the town has with the PRP group, which is the potentially responsible parties. They have to pay for the cleanup at the Camore site. They were companies that took oil there. Not a lot of them, but it's like Ford, General Motors, Chrysler, NIPSCO, CSX. Those are the big five, but there's not very many. And this is part of that settlement agreement with them. And Doug has reviewed this also. It's ordinance number 2022-9. It's an environmental restrictive ordinance of the Council of the Town of Westville regulating the installation and use of new groundwater wells and use of groundwater within a portion of the town of Westville, Indiana. I will make a motion that we approve it in first reading.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Bashinsky to approve ordinance 2022-9 on first reading. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mr. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes. It passes 5-0. Is it your recommendation we hold it for a month, or is there any
I think you
problem?
can let it pass. I looked at it, the environmental lawyers looked at it.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's also, Doug looked at it, and there's environmental attorneys that represents the town that also looked at this, so. I will make a motion that we suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2022-9.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski to suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2022-9. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yep. Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. And we have the MCO contract. MCO is the company that runs the operations and maintenance at our water and wastewater treatment facilities. This is for the contract year 2023. And obviously, over the last year or so, we've had a lot more going on in the project, the Westville Correctional Facility, hooking into our sewer. And there's also a good chance that they're gonna be dealing with a water project too. So, did you review this?
I have.
Okay,
Everything's appropriate.
okay. And, what's the amount? Lori, what's the amount on here? I can't.
In yellow, you'll see it
It's, I have it,
129,030
for the year.
annually. And it is considerably less expensive than having a water and wastewater operator on site. Okay, so I will make a motion that we approve the contract between the town of Westville and Midwest Contract Operations for the 2023 year.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Ms. Kelly to approve the contract between the town of Westville and Midwest Contract Operations for the year 2023. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Ms. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Bashinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. I think that's everything on utilities. Anybody have anything on utilities? Streets?
First thing, for the community crossing grant, we need to have Mike appointed to sign all future contracts with state of Indiana in that community crossing grant, so we can be awarded the money for this upcoming years. So I'd like to make that into a motion that Mike signs with them all the necessary paperwork
Okay.
from here on out.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
It's
I was
the
gonna say,
community
discuss.
crossing grants, that's the, they pay for the paving. It's a grant where they pay 3 to 1 for that, and it's a renewable every year. But this paperwork starts now for next year, and the end of early next year, so you're ready for the paving season.
This year we'll be awarded just under $210,000 to pave
Yeah.
the street.
Who was signing them prior?
I am, but
My guess,
it's just
we
for
just
their
had
accounting.
COVID and we
I just-
did this once, but it was, once we come back into the sessions, we would look at it then. So if we just let the president sign them, then we don't have to keep doing this.
Yeah, it's in the minutes. So, motion made by Mr. Waschinsky,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Kelly to approve me to be the signatory for anything to deal with the community crossing grant for the upcoming year. Is there any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pethorsky? Mr. Waschinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0.
That's a nice plan.
Anything else on,
Yes. As you know, when we approved to have the building, new storage building downtown built, we didn't have anybody to give us a price on electric at the time, so since then we have got a quote from Current Electric for $18,938. And if you want to see all the stuff they're doing. But, excuse me. But I talked to Lori, and out of gas and electric this year, we have extra in there. So we'd like to take $14,000 roughly from that balance and add it towards this, and then take the remaining to $5,000 to pay the bill out of ARP.
okay,
And I'll make that a motion.
okay, is there a second?
I'll second
Motion to enter into a contract with Current Electric for the electrical work at the street department building for $18,938. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pethorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Waschinsky?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
it. Yes.
Passes, Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Anything else, or you got anything on parks?
I don't have anything on parks, but I just, before I forget, next month, if we could add the Westville Chamber becoming a member, the town becoming a member of the Westville Chamber, just like basic membership, $50 a year.
Okay, we'll put it on the,
Because I will keep forgetting. Okay, thank you.
nothing else on parks?
No,
Oh,
have you guys had a chance to go and drive around and see the nice lights that the fire department put up?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Very nice.
I know we have a culprit though. Someone's messing with the wires, so
Is it a critter or a kid?
I don't
A
know.
person.
It could be I don't know. I
Well,
don't
it
know.
depends what your
They're
definition of
kids.
critter is.
I'm like, raccoons are pretty strong. I don't know. But I don't know if it wants to play with lights.
They nibble on them.
Well, yesterday, I turned up Valparaiso Street, and here's MCO on the side. I asked him what was going on, yet somebody took the grade from the drain, which is pretty heavy plate. Adam found it, but it was gone, so we looked and found it over on the other drain, which is pretty well sealed in. So Nate carried it back and put it in place, but just,
Wow.
It's cast iron, those things.
yeah, it's like lifting a manhole cover and carrying it across the street.
When do kids find time to do this?
Yeah.
An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Yeah, and I've seen the lights too, and they look great out there.
Yeah, it's nice, and they've added more, and I feel like it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the fire department did a really good job.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Police,
I will be quick. We had 377 calls for service, 51 of those were traffic stops, 12 crashes, 8 ordinance issues. The fitness room that the grant got us is up and running. Everyone's using it, so
good,
that's all I got.
okay, thank you. Anybody have anything? Thank you, sir, appreciate you. Finance, we have ordinance 2022-10, it's the amount amended salary ordinance. And the only difference is, it is the, changing the rate on Bubba's labor. Was that in the salary ordinance? We missed that one. So we have ordinance 2022-10. It's an ordinance of the Town Council of Westville, LaPorte County, Indiana, amending ordinance 2022-7, titled Salary Ordinance for Year 2023. Doug, and you've reviewed this
I have.
and everything. I will make a motion that we approve ordinance 2022-10 on the first reading.
Second.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by to approve ordinance 2022-10 on the first reading. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, quick question.
Yes.
This was around Bubba's thing? I thought it
Yes.
was around,
It's,
It was AJ, the youngest.
yeah,
you guys,
Retired,
okay.
yeah.
Got it, okay, so
Yeah.
it's crew, got it.
yeah.
Okay.
We Adams, we picked that one up already.
Got it, okay. Thank you for clarifying.
No problem. Over here. Okay, no, any other discussion or questions? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Now I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules and adopt ordinance 2022-10.
Second that too.
Okay, reason being adopting it tonight is because we won't meet again until the new pay period starts. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. Anything else on finance? Fire department here tonight? No?
Their cookies with Santa went very well.
I saw that.
It was packed,
Yeah.
so, yeah, they had a cute setup too, so.
Yeah, my 23-year-old doesn't, he likes cookies.
Their Santa was a little bit on the thinner side,
Well,
but you
okay.
know, it's fine.
He's getting his
You know, a lot more
Yeah,
people are
it's
eating
still
more
early.
cookies.
Yeah,
health
yeah,
conscious now, so.
yeah.
Okay, we have resolution 2022-8, which is establishes the specific legal holidays for the year 2023. They are New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Election Day, and election years only, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, and the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and any other days as defined by the town council. When any of the holidays fall on Sunday, the following Monday shall be the legal holiday, and when any of these fall on a Saturday, the preceding Friday shall be the legal holiday. In the event Christmas falls on Saturday, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day holidays will be observed on Thursday and Friday. If it falls on a Sunday, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day holidays will be observed on Friday and Monday. I will make a motion that we adopt resolution 2022-8.
I'll second that.
Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Pothorsky to adopt resolution 2022-8, which is the holidays for 2023. Any discussion? Mr. Burnett?
Yes.
Mrs. Pothorsky?
Yes.
Mr. Brzezinski?
Yes.
Ms. Kelly?
Yes.
Albert votes yes, passes 5-0. We have the BZA, the Board of Zoning Appeals reappointment. That's appointed by the town council president. We have Jackie Prentice and Lori Mercer. I understand they both are willing to serve again.
Yes.
So as council president, I appoint Jackie and Lori to be members of the BZA. Anything else on miscellaneous? Citizen comments? Anything else come for the council? Everybody enjoy your holidays.
See you all
Happy
next
holidays.
year.
See you all next year. Yes,
Yeah, is there anything we can do about Paul Schaefer back behind Fairview by Papa Chicken? 'Cause they run the stop sign all the time, and our house, I got many structural damage from them shaking my house.
that would be a civil issue, but you can take care of the stop sign. Are they running crushers back there? Is that what they're doing?
They, I don't know what they're doing back there,
Okay,
but I got some aerial shots I'd like to show you guys.
sure.
Ray went to the concert tonight, Debbie and Mike, Dubkowski, they're sick. Jay, we've got back problems, but the next meeting, there's gonna be a lot more people here.
Okay, well,
Because it's a big issue back there, you shouldn't be doing that.
they shouldn't be running that stop sign.
Yeah.
If he is destroying your property, that would be a civil issue.
Okay?
With you and him.
He'll outrun me if you remember that.
Well, do we have any enforceability on a civil issue?
Not really. If there's any zoning restriction on the property,
Okay.
you would, but that's it.
Okay.
How about noise ordinance?
What time are they operating?
They'll do it on a Sunday. Yeah, that's
Like
my
what?
neighbor right here.
What times?
I haven't talked any times, but, it's rarely on a Sunday, but I've heard Saturday, where I work during the week, when I work midnights, Monday
I
through
got
Friday, I couldn't sleep, but that's.
And I think IDEM was looking at them at one
My
time, so
house
we
is
need to.
shaky, I have my wife.
Oh, I don't doubt you.
I've heard it from my house.
And my neighbors, everybody's got cracks, busted windows, my siding, because my house is sinking now, is all buckled up.
You know,
And he came over and took pictures, him and his son, and I'll get the date, but everything's a lot worse now.
I'll tell you, and I understand fighting somebody like that. I get that civilly.
He's not a good person.
I'm not arguing.
I'll be honest.
I'm not arguing with you for a reason, but
But you want to.
So I'm asking you guys,
I'll tell you
can we do?
I'll tell you what, if it was me, what I would do, I would contact my insurance company.
I did.
What
He
did
claimed he was gonna call his, but then he didn't
Yeah,
call
you,
back.
because I would, and I'm not an insurance agent, but I would think if you turn it into your insurance company, and it's something that they think they have to pay out, if it's something they have to pay out and they don't think they do, they're gonna fight. So you're gonna have them on your side, right? Doug, is that a good assumption?
If
Okay.
they pay the claim, they're gonna go after him for it.
I talked to most of my neighbors. Unfortunately, some people are sick.
Sure.
And I had the gentleman, Joe, I had to get hold of yesterday. They were slamming. Once he pulled up, and they were still slamming away, but once he backed up, and they seen him, it stopped, it was silence.
Okay, what time, I know you said they're
I
on,
was call yesterday.
It's right before crossing guards, so probably around 9 o'clock, 1:30.
okay.
Okay, some of them don't want to go. right?
You live on,
842 right across where they had the compactor right by
right,
Jacob.
but I mean, you live on the west side of the street and you're.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay,
When he was smashing, whatever he was doing, the whole block, everybody I got to talk to, they're gonna come next time. I was with him yesterday, I didn't have enough time to talk to everybody. The kid down the street, they knocked over the fence, killed his dog. Supposedly he's got a report, he's gonna try to make it over here next time.
I would contact, and I'm not putting you off, I'd contact your insurance, you guys watch the stop signs
Yeah,
while
I
driving
told
there.
him what that-
Can you guys put like some kind of camera? Cause even the semis, and the other day, he pulled out a $60,000, $70,000 truck. He seen me,
What are they hauling out, do you know?
whatever they're
Like
hauling
steel
out,
or
rims,
concrete or
rims, it looks like a lot of rims and stuff, and they're even overloaded sometimes.
tires in back there?
Tires, I got some pictures, you wanna see some pictures? Everywhere pictures.
Tires might,
He's only supposed to have so many back there.
The zoning code.
can you check this out?
What's the address?
What is that? It's,
This is the same parcel that you and Charlie and I have been working on for that letter.
Oh, that's already underway.
Also, we are.
Okay.
There's
Oh, he's got that too?
stuff going on.
okay.
Okay, so we're already working.
What did he bury back there in the hole?
It's actually to
A
the
huge hole.
What's that?
There was a huge hole back there. Did he bury tires back there? What did he put in the hole? Dirt? Rims?
Is the hole gone?
Is the Hulk gone?
Then I got pictures of him.
I know, it was, used to be.
Ooh.
Probably when he got from Hunt's, then Steve Hunt over $750,000. And then, yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about this guy. Oh, he's running his Bigfoot trucks back there, and he's got gas behind the house stored. It's, the gas, the high
High octane.
octane. Is that, shouldn't that be labeled, marked, or it should be by somebody's house if it's sold?
That might be a zoning and an IDEM issue.
It's right behind, you turn the corner, it's like 3 houses down. By Donnie's house.
Okay,
That'd be something.
so I wasn't aware they're working on something with zoning on him too, so if you can you email those pictures?
Yeah, he's got the whole perimeter around it, I can't even talk.
Is this
but-
off of Google Earth?
Yes.
Okay, but you haven't taken any.
I didn't, that's not for me.
Okay.
Somebody on the block gave that to me.
Okay.
But what I was told, you go after me, is just gonna outrun you. So, I'm getting at a point now, and some of my neighbors are getting stressed, that something's gonna happen, I told Joe.
Well, we're already taking a look at it under the zoning code. Okay.
I had one policeman tell me, you know, there was noise ordinance and one not. So,
Yeah, I've got to look at it, but we,
even that intersection, when you pull out on 421, when the sun's setting, you see all the glass and all the stuff in their trucks.
Okay.
I mean, he's putting Westville a bad name. I'm trying to get out of there now, and my neighbors are getting ready to leave, because they got, I want to refinance, my foundation's cracked.
I would contact your insurance company too,
Okay, I will.
because. if-
Sorry if I'll get wound up, guys, but
No,
if you
no,
live
no,
over there
I
and your
get
house
you.
is shaking, hi, Olga.
Hi, how are you?
So,
I got
there's
you.
supposed to be more people here, but when's the next meeting?
Whatever the second Tuesday of.
In January.
Okay, see, I didn't know, so.
Here.
I'm just looking for, if you guys were in my shoes, what would you do?
Might be the 10th, 9th or 10th, whatever that second
Okay.
Tuesday is.
It's the 10th.
Get something done.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely call your insurance and
I
fight.
think I did.
Yeah.
Double check, because if an insurance company's in business to make money, if they don't have to pay it out, and somebody else does, they're gonna,
Go after them.
Okay. I did the crawl space, had a trench remote, and I got more cracks, water's going in. I had a new roof put on a couple years ago, and since my house is split in half now, you can see it raising up in the middle. I got a lot of pictures, a lot of pictures.
I would contact your
I'll get
insurance.
them on a piece of paper and then, you guys got any advice for me?
That's it.
well,
Okay, thanks.
okay, so there's different areas, different,
Is that LaPorte County or is that still?
different governmental entities have different areas where they can enforce, okay? Run a stop line, that's these guys. The stop sign, that's these guys. We're looking at the zoning to see if he's doing anything that's not allowed under the zoning ordinance, okay? Get your insurance, you can make a claim on your house, all right? I don't think that the high octane gas, I think that's an issue with IDEM. I think they enforce that. I don't think the town has the ability to do
Just
so.
talking to some neighbors, and, because when they had that fire, they went after that, before they went after the garage, they were worried about that back there.
Yeah, so that, IDEM might be interested in that. And you also have a private right of action against him to sue him for nuisance, real estate nuisance. And you'd have to go get a lawyer to do it,
So right
but you have the ability to go after him too,
Okay.
okay?
So that tank back there, should we look into that more? Will that like take half our block out if that goes?
I have no idea.
Okay, and you guys maybe look at.
Well,
That would probably
keep
be
in
an
mind,
IDEM issue.
That's why we have these different, I know it's a pain in the butt, but that's why we have different government agencies. I don't think anybody in the town doesn't have the staff or the ability to enforce it, that's what IDEM's for,
Okay,
okay? So I will call them
okay.
and see what they can do.
I don't,
Yeah, IDEL.
or sure, EPA.
IDEM, Indiana Department
Okay.
of Environmental.
Well, yeah.
I heard he's been fined plenty of times from EPA and they don't care.
Well, Lori has their number,
Okay.
because each thing is kind of, it's not all the same thing, so since you have all these different items, you might have to be dealing with several different entities. It's a pain, but that's how it is.
And also have your neighbors call IDEM.
Yeah, yeah,
Too long.
Yep.
You got the number?
yeah, and they're right out of Valpo, so.
Okay, so
I
I
thought it was the elevator, but it's.
leave all shit in the EPA alone, or? I
EPA
think
is-
somebody's already called on them a few times.
IDEM works with EPA, so I'd start with
Okay.
IDEM. You'll get better results, at least talking to somebody that's
And you'll get a
IDEM.
hold of someone at IDEM.
Okay. One other minor thing, is
He owns
they
that
painted all the fire hydrants in the city,
Mhm.
and mine's, me and Gray's yard is yellow, and they don't have all those poles up that you should have for the plows. There's no pole for that.
842?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna do it, but I didn't wanna get in trouble, you know, rather than some paint.
I usually think they take a bolt out of the flange and put it in there. I'll text.
Okay,
I'll
but
text
that
them,
was
right?
brought up because luckily we had,
Hopefully we'll never.
we hopefully don't get much snow. I mean, maybe Bubba wants snow.
No, because it always snows.
So Ray, and all my neighbors are fed up with this.
And have them call IDEM.
I
Yeah,
mean, I got cracks in my house, I got pictures, but I'm too wound up to start going through
You
everything.
said
So,
842?
Fairview. You know what's so sad, guys? They blacktopped the street, and he was, even the street, I got pictures on my phone from that, because I was taking it, even had my daughter do it, because I said, something happens to me, this guy comes by, because he, real nice truck pulled up one night, you know, he's got all this money, somebody got to come after me? Do I have to go buy a gun? I don't, you know,
On your fire hydrant?
I don't feel safe over there anymore.
Was it painted?
It's getting toxic.
Was your fire hydrant painted?
It's, no.
Okay. Well,
It has been painted since I've been there.
That's
Michael.
unusual. I'm not doubting you, but I'm not worried about paint, it's too cold, but
I was just more concerned if they did plow and it wasn't,
I just let him know.
okay.
Thank you for coming. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, sorry.
No problem.
Went through the comments so fast that I didn't have time to look.
I'm sorry.
First, it's a comment, basically, I just wanted to say on behalf of the resignation, Nathan Heineck is a big loss for the town of Westville. He did a lot for us. Great guy. I've been in law enforcement for 17 years, and he's probably the most exceptional officer that I've ever had the pleasure to know, aside from Bill. And where there was a yin, there was a yang, and, you know, the yin was Nate, the yang is Joe. And I just want to say they've done great things. They've told when we asked, they've always been there when we called and had a question. And I just really hope that Bill is being taken into consideration for.
I don't know, we have applicants open, I don't know if he's applied yet or not, I'll have to talk to you about that, but yeah.
I really hope that, you know, he's one of the front runners, but that's my comment. But my question is in regards to the lit tax. Do you know when that will take effect for?
They have, I know on my job, they have started to collect it. So it's probably in September, October that I noticed it. It wasn't much, it wasn't like you saw a big hole in your paycheck. But I don't know when they'll start giving the draws. You know, Lori?
Early January.
Okay, so we'll check the mailbox for the check. It's hard telling. Okay, thank you.
I think Sue.
All right. The majority of you know who I am. I work at Casey's. I go in there at 1 o'clock in the morning. We've always had officers stop by there to check to make sure everything's okay. With the way things are now, we're down to 3. There's no way they're going to be able to do that. When it comes to LaPorte County, they are out on Route 30 now. They're in all over there. They're very seldom down here. And I have been told that if it comes to the point, unless it's an emergency, a lot of them will not be able to come to us if it's just something really happening. It's got to be an emergency because we're back down to 3. And you know, I know you guys have to do what you got to do, but we're down to some of the best guys. I've been here 4 years now in Casey's. They have always been there. They've never let us down. And, you know, as far as Joe Walker, you couldn't beat him. As far as Nate, you can't beat him. And this gentleman right here that just came in, he's a good guy. So is Dylan. They've got the papers to prove it as far as everybody thanking them for doing what they've done. And I would just like for everybody to remember what they've done all these years. And, you know I'm not much, but when I'm there by myself and I'm filtering all of the other people that come to me, I would like to make sure that there's people out there that can help. And it's not gonna be that way for a while, especially with the situation coming on the way it is. So.
It's gonna be a short time, I think, of a spot. And Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you told me the other day you've got most of your shifts covered with part-timers, correct?
Most of them.
Which you probably didn't have that a lot of times when you had your full staff here. But yes,
Thank you.
thank you. See you tomorrow morning. And there better be fresh donuts instead of the day-old stuff too.
There is.
Oh, is there now?
Do we get poisoned? Oh.
Well, maybe I'll just get iced tea then. I'll take them to work and have the other guys try it and like wait a half hour.
The tea's the first thing I make in the morning.
I know.
Start taking my,
Yeah, maybe I'll hold off a day or two on those.
No, there's fresh donuts for you, Michael.
He'll let the, on the mark on the fire hydrant, he said he'll let him know tomorrow. Got a response.
Okay.
Anything else to come before the council? I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow. That came to life on that one. Motion made by Albert, seconded by Mrs. Peforski to adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Being none, meeting adjourns at 7:36.
You found it this
hey,
time?
did you say he'll let Martin know tomorrow?